Hi students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Suganya Devi from Kumaraguru College of Technology. Today we are going to have a brief session about acid dyes and basic dyes and their application on the textile material. So acid dyes are water soluble. They are anionic dyes that are applied to fibers such as silk, wool, nylon and modified acrylic fibers from neutral to acid dye baths. So in this acid dyes, the acid dye contains anionic group and the fiber consists of cationic group. So the anionic group and cationic group will form an electrovalent bonding between them, and this is responsible for the dyes to get fixed on to the fiber. Today we are going to have a brief session about acid dyes and basic dyes and their application on the textile material. So acid dyes are water soluble. They are anionic dyes that are applied to fibers such as silk, wool, nylon and modified acrylic fibers from neutral to acid dye baths. So the attachment to the fiber is attributed at least partly to salt formation between anionic groups in the dyes and cationic groups in the basic dyes. So in this acid dyes, the acid dye contains anionic group and the fiber consists of cationic group. So the anionic group and cationic group will form an electrovalent bonding between them, and this is responsible for the dyes to get fixed on to the fiber. Now we move on to the properties of acid dyes. Acid dyes are anionic in nature. These dyes are suitable for dyeing wool, silk, polyamides and modified acrylics. These are applied from a strongly acidic to neutral pH bath. They do not have affinity for cellulosic fibers. Individual dyes of this class varies in terms of their fastness properties, and hence care should be taken while dyeing mixture shades. The rate of dyeing of acid dye is a function of temperature, and each member has a specific temperature at which its rate of dyeing and exhaustion are maximum. These dyes combine with fiber by hydrogen bond, van der Waals forces or through ionic linkages. So types of acid dyes. Acid leveling, it has lower molecular structure and has less or moderate affinity towards textile materials. So these even dyeing is possible using acid leveling dyes, and these are low resistance to washing. Acid milling, the larger molecular size than leveling dyes, and it has strong affinity towards the fibers, and the dyeing levelness is less when compared to leveling dyes. These dyes are resistant to washing. So pre-metallized acid dyes or metal complex dyes, these are larger than milling dyes. A small portion of chromium or cobalt is added in the dye structure, and hence more light and wash fastness properties, and they have higher affinity towards protein fibers. So classification of acid dyes, it is based on the method of application. Neutral acid dyes, these are supramilling or fast acid dyes having medium to good wet fastness properties. Some of the dyes have poor light fastness in pale shades. These are applied to the fiber in weakly acid or neutral pH. So weak acid dyes, these dyes belong to the milling class of dyes. These dyes have good fastness properties, but light fastness is moderate to poor. Strong acid dyes, these dyes are applied in a strongly acidic medium and also called leveling dyes. However, their fastness properties is a limitation. These dyes are very good to produce the combination shades. So basically acid dyes are classified based on the state of division, that is size of the dye molecule. Second is by concentration of acid used in the dyeing bath. Third one is by migration and fastness properties of the dyes. With respect to their state of division, acid dyes are broadly classified into molecularly split acid dyes and aggregated acid dyes. So molecularly split acid dyes, these dyes are known by their tendency to give clear aqueous solutions. The individual molecule is ionized when dissolved in water. These dyes are applied from baths containing sulfuric or formic acid, and in the absence of the acid, they show poor affinity towards the protein fibers. So because of the splitting in water, The dyes exhibit good migration properties, and so any uneven dyeing in the initial stages of the dyeing can be easily corrected by continuing the dyeing at boil. These dyes lack fastness to wet treatments such as washing and milling. Aggregated acid dyes. These dyes, when dissolved in water, do not split into individual molecules. The dye molecules join together to form clusters or aggregates. However, some of the molecules get ionized to produce charged aggregates. Owing to their limited solubility, their solutions are turbid. Increase in temperature, however, results in increasing ionization. When these dyes are applied to cotton or other cellulose in a neutral bath, they stain the fibers. They have high affinity for polyamide and polyprotein fibers. The affinity increasing further addition of acid to the dye bath. We move on to the dye fiber bond between the acid dye and the protein fiber. So the protein fiber, for explanation, taken as wool fiber, and it is denoted with amine and carboxyl group at both the ends. When wool fiber is immersed in water, the hydrogen H plus from the carboxylic ion is transferred to the amino group at the end, so the two end groups become electrically charged as indicated. When a protein fiber containing such electrically charged molecular ends is entered in a solution of, say, hydrochloric acid, some of the negatively charged carboxylate group take up hydrogen ions from the solution and become electrically neutral, and the chlorine anions from the acid are absorbed by the positively charged amino end groups in the protein. It is clear from the above that when wool is entered in a solution of acid, the concentration of acid decreases with the formation of positive sites in the protein macromolecules. An acid dye is designated as di-SO3Na, splits into its ions when dissolved in water, and it is as indicated. So the dye gets fixed on to the wool fiber by electrovalent bonding or ionic bonding. So the major type of dye fiber bonds between acid and protein fibers are the electrovalent or ionic bond, which is responsible for the fastness properties of the dye and the fiber. Second one is it is linked by hydrogen bond and van der Waals forces some places. Properties of different acid dyes. So color brightness. So for leveling acid dyes, milling, super milling acid dyes and pre-metallized acid dyes, the properties are varied. The color brightness, leveling dyes possess very bright, and milling and pre-metallized dyes possess bright and duller shades respectively. So leveling tendency, so very good in leveling acid dyes. Wash fastness properties, it's excellent in pre-metallized acid dyes. Light fastness properties, it is excellent in pre-metallized acid dyes. And pH of the dye bath, 2 to 4 for leveling acid dyes, 4 to 7 for milling, and 2 to 7 for pre-metallized acid dyes. So additives for dye bath, leveling acid dyes requires acid and Glauber salt. Milling acid dyes require acid and ammonium sulfate. Pre-metallized acid dyes require acid and ammonium sulfate. Solubility in water, leveling acid dyes possess 40 to 80 grams per liter. Milling acid dyes 3 to 30 grams per liter, and pre-metallized acid dyes varies according to the dye stuff. Effect of other process parameters during dyeing. The effect of electrolyte. Salt functions as a retarding agent for acid dyes that needs to be used at lower pH values. Salt also acts as exhausting agent, and in case of milling and super milling acid dyes which are applied from neutral bath, the addition of salt promotes exhaustion. Effect of acid. So the amount of acid used influences the dyeing process. Effect of temperature. The rate of dyeing with acid dyes is greatly affected by temperature. Practically no exhaustion takes place at temperatures below 40 degrees centigrades. And effect of leveling agents. Now we move on to the next type of dyes, it is basic dyes. Basic dyes or cationic dyes are positively charged colorants. These positively charged molecules of the basic dyes bond to the negatively charged compounds in the fiber. These dyes are mainly used to dye acrylic fibers, wool and silk. Now we move on to the properties of basic dyes. The outstanding characteristics of the basic dyes are their brilliance and intensity of their colors. Many of the basic dyes are sparingly soluble in water. Basic dyes possess high tinctorial value. basic dyes have poor fastness to light and poor to moderate fastness to washing. Basic dyes are more suitable for protein fibers but no affinity to cellulosic fibers. Another one important property of basic dye is that they will combine with tannic acid to form an insoluble compound provided that mineral acid is present. The wet fastness of basic dyes on protein fibers can be improved by back tanning. This consists of after treatment of the dyed material with tannic acid in order to form an insoluble complex and thereby to reduce the tendency of the dye to migrate. Basic dyes are used to dye woolen goods, especially when particularly bright shades that cannot be obtained with acid dyes are required. Classification of basic dyes, it is based on the chromogen. The chromogens are chemical classes like azo, diphenylmethane, triphenylmethane, methane, acridine, xanthane, azine, indoline, oxane, thiazine, thiazole, etc. Now we move on to the mechanism of dyeing. The mechanism of dyeing of cellulosic fiber is different since basic dyes do not have affinity towards cellulosic fibers. Pre-treatment is necessary. Mordanting with tannic acid creates active carboxylic group in the cellulosic fibers. So after this pre-treatment, dyeing of cellulosic fibers with basic dyes can be done, and the dye has affinity with the carboxyl group of the tannic acid and the cellulosic fiber. For protein fibers, the mechanism of dyeing is by adsorption, diffusion and fixation. Adsorption, the rush of dyes to the fiber is retarded by using hydrochloric acid. So let us summarize the points which we have discussed in this session. So we have discussed about the properties, application and dyeing methods of acid and basic dyes on protein fibers and application of basic dyes on the cellulosic material by mordanting process.